Today I'm going to talk to you about folding baby and toddler clothes and the tips that I found the most useful. I do fold in a Marie Kondo type way, if you're familiar with that, but I have some tips to make it even more simple and to make the folding go even faster, because I think that's one of the complaints with her style is that looks very organized, but it takes a long time to get the clothes folded the exact way that she does it. So we started with our first child, and I folded the onesies flat and put them in the drawer, and it looks organized. The clothes look great. The problem that I had with this is that we had a lot of clothes for our first baby, and I realized I was just cycling through the top maybe 10 onesies, and there was so much cute stuff on the bottom that I never got to because I would wash the clothes and put them back right on top. It was also more difficult to find something. We have very large drawers in an old dresser that we used in our baby's room with the first baby, and so it was just so much stuff in this giant heavy drawer, and we couldn't get to it. So I'm going to show you some tips. The first tip is to use smaller containers. You could use something like this from the Dollar Tree, or you could use a shoebox. Anything that's going to go in your drawer. Our Dollar Tree has cloth bins, kind of, you could use for toys or something, but they're pretty flimsy. They work well for clothes in the drawer. They would not work well for carrying around and doing things. They would get kind of flimsy after a while, I think, and start kind of tearing up. But in the drawer, they're fine. I have another video on that, and I will link it here. So we start with our bin, and I want to talk to you about the folding process. I have my pillow here, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So let's start with the folding process. So with the onesies, what you want to do is take the onesie, fold it in half, and then you want to fold it. She usually does thirds, okay? So she'll flip this, little piece up and do thirds or what have you till you have this, okay? And then we're going to line them up in our basket so that you can see what they are, and I'll show you here in a minute them all stacked up together. And you can see all the different onesie options you have when it's in the drawer. All right, so the key to this is to remember, look at this, any office fans out there? The key to this is to remember that it doesn't matter necessarily if it's thirds or not. My husband for sure is like, okay, it's in thirds now. Okay, is this a third? Is this a half? Is it a quarter? When he's folding laundry, we're like, it doesn't matter. What matters is that they are relatively the same size. So some of them you might have to do in fourths, some of them you might have to do in half, just depending on what it is. But it goes faster if you don't worry about the actual number of folds it is, but just the fact that you want them all about the same size. So, you fold it in half so that you can see the front of it if it has some, print on the front, and you want to see it. So fold them in half, and then you just fold until it's the same size as the other ones, and you start putting them in whichever way you prefer. So I have them stacked this way. You could do it long ways, whatever fits in your drawer the best. All right, you could have one of these for onesies, you could have one for sleepers, one for pants, or you could have onesies on one side, pants or sleepers on the other. So now I'm going to show you pants. The same thing with pants. You want to have them so that they fit in the space that you have in your drawer, in your little container, and you want to fold them to where they're about the same size so that you can see all of them in the drawer. Okay, so there's some pants. I only have one pants to show you apparently, but I just folded it in half and then fold it in thirds. Again, the goal being that they are relatively the same size so that you can see all of them when you look in the drawer. Then we have cute little things like this adorable little romper thing, and I'm just going to fold it in half because they're all the different sizes, and then I'm going to make it about the same size as the other things in there. All right, and then it's kind of flat depending on the buckles or different things. You want to make it small, flat, put it in there on the pant side. Then we have sleepers. If you really want to make it lay flat, you can zip it up. I usually don't, because then you just have to unzip it to put it on the kid anyway. So I'm going to fold it in half, tuck the arms in, and then I'm going to see what is going to work for the size fold. Now for this one, just because I'm looking at about the right size, you get faster the more you do it. I'm going to tuck the legs up, then I'm going to fold it to where it's about the same size as the other things. I'm going to put it right in here. All right, so we're going to keep going like that, and I will show you the finished product. Okay, so we have a finished product of the clothes I was folding. Um, we do have even more clothes than this for our baby. I try and downsize, but it's so hard because they're so cute. What I love about here, we have the onesies, and then I have pants and sleepers on this side. You can organize them however you want, depending on how much you have and what you use. Our pants and our sleepers are rarely used because it's very hot here. So my baby is mostly just in a onesie all the time. And in swaddlers when he's sleeping, which I will do a folding for swaddlers, burp cloths, those kind of things. But essentially, it's the same thing. I fold the swaddlers and the burp cloths and the changing table covers all to where they're about the same size, and then I can put them in a drawer like this so that I can see them. The onesies, I really like being able to see this way because I can find the one that I want the time that I want it. I can also go, oh, that's cute. I forgot we had that one with the little boats, and pull it out. For July 4th, actually, I remembered the morning of and was like, oh, yeah, it's July 4th. But I thought, oh, the two big kids were wearing red, white, and blue. I'm like, well, let's find something for the baby. And I could easily look through here and see, okay, this is Spider-Man. I could find a red, white, and blue onesie that was appropriate, that was matching for the day, which is fun, which is something I like to do. Or, both of my boys could be wearing something with Star Wars on them, which my 2-year-old actually thinks is awesome. And he thinks it's great when he has something the same on his shirt as the baby, which is really fun for me. So that's my tip, is to use a smaller size inside your drawer where you can organize the onesies and the pants and whatever, and also to keep them folded in this way. This size container helps to put inside your drawers. And then next is to fold in half and then fold in thirds. Doesn't have to be in thirds, just remember that they should be about the same size. So it goes a lot faster when you're folding, when you're not really worried about the exact perfect fold. The goal is that they are about the same size so that you can put them in and you can see them. All right, so that's the tips for this. I hope that helped, and good luck with your newborn and toddlers and organizing all their tiny little clothes.